I have a shopping problem. I love to shop. I fantasize about it all the time. It's a big issue. I wait years for things to go on sale. This coat I got for $50. I waited a year for it. I also want to mention I didn't purposely dress like a grade 1 art teacher. I got up and I left my house and I was like, oh my gosh, or Mrs. Frizzle, kind of. Yeah. A little, I don't know. But I love clothing. And this story takes place in 2004, actually. No, 2000, okay. This story takes place after I'm done for 4th year university. Me and my best friend decide we're gonna go to Thailand and Vietnam for 5 weeks. I was like, cool, we're gonna do it, okay? So we get ready to go, and for some odd reason, I only packed 3 bicycle shorts. I have chafing problems. So I figured that was easy, they're light, let's go. Just t-shirts, just a lot of t-shirts, and 1 dress. Didn't do laundry for 6 weeks, guys. Very disgusting. Anyways, we get there, and the clothing's getting weary, and we start shopping around Thailand for clothing. I should preface this that when I go traveling, my only purpose is to buy clothing and have a good time. That's all I want to do. So when we got to Thailand, I just wanted to buy a bunch of stuff, but I soon found out that I am not the size of a Thai person. It's not the case. Not happening. But my friend's buying a lot of beautiful stuff. She's very tiny, lovely, beautiful clothing. But while we're traveling in the first week, we hear this as a myth. Someone's like, if you're going to Vietnam, there's a city where you can get anything made. And I heard this, I was like, oh my God, no! And my mind just starts spinning, and every magazine I see, I start pulling out pictures and just carrying them around with me for weeks until I get to this one city in Vietnam. I have like a stack like this. And then finally, after about 3.5 weeks, we get to this city. It's called Hoi An. And it's literally just a bunch of tailors. That's all it is. There's nothing to do there but buy clothing and get it made. So we drop our stuff off at the hotel and we just run. In the first place, we're like, I need boots! It's very hard for me to get, especially over-the-knee boots. Specifically, there was a Jimmy Choo pair of over-the-knee boots that I wanted, and I couldn't afford them, and nor would they ever fucking fit me. So I was like, I'm gonna get these made! So I dropped all my money, and I was like, they're like, come back in 2 days. I was like, perfect. And then I went to another store. And I decided that my friend bought a dress in Thailand. It's very beautiful. They didn't have it in my size, so I'm gonna get that made. Hers was a beautiful polyester dress in a plaid-esque print, and it had this little keyhole here. Very cute. I decided to get it made in purple and purple, which is a strange color combination. Leave my money, they take my measurements, and we get out of there and we go to the next store. The next store I decide, I don't know why I wanted this, sailor pants. Not sure why I felt that was a necessity. If you don't know what sailor pants are, they're like flared out pants with buttons down here. Not cute when you've got like this is your button. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. So we drop our money off. They say come back in 2 days to like retry the clothing on, maybe get it altered, depending what happens, right? So we wait the 2 days patiently. By the way, I should mention I've already dropped $500. I haven't spent this much my whole trip. And I spent it all in this one city. So we go back to the first store to pick up my boots. And they're like, we get to the store, they're like, come down this back alley with me. And we're like, okay. And I come down this back alley, and as I'm walking down, I hear all these people laughing. Like laughing so hard. I'm like, what's going on? And I see these 2 tiny Vietnamese men carrying out 1 boot. 1 boot, okay? And each of them are holding it from one side. And they look at me and they go, this is for you! I'm like, that's not gonna fit me. They're like, try it on! They were so excited. I was very upset. But I was like, I'll try it on, I'll show you. I tried it on and it literally just like flops to the ground and they're like, we'll fix it. I was like, this is not gonna work! And I like run out of there so mad. And then we go to the next store to pick up this purple on purple dress. So I mentioned there's a keyhole, right? I try on the dress. The keyhole is about this big. Just my breast out. Like, sure, maybe some people are into that, but I wanted it made to my body. Not, like, the keyhole is supposed to be this big, and I'm like, hey guys, like, this isn't cute, and they're like, it fits you properly, it fits your body. I was like, no! And my best friend sees that I'm getting so sad, just so upset. So I run out of the store, and she tells me this. She goes to them, "Screw you, you're making my friend feel sad!" And ran out of the store. We never went back there. And then we go to the third place to pick up my sailor jeans. And we get there and they're like, they're not ready. And we're like, well, we're going to another city tomorrow. What are we gonna do? They're like, we'll courier them to you in Ho Chi Minh City. I was like, oh, cool. So we leave the stuff and we leave the city and we go to Ho Chi Minh City. It's a 12-hour bus ride. That's a story for another time. It's a disaster. And we finally get to our city, and our hotel in Ho Chi Minh City. And an hour after we arrive, our package comes. And we're like, cool. So we try them on, and we're like, this is a disaster. We need these altars. So we call up the number, and they're like, we've got someone coming to get them altered for you. So this man appears. We get on the back of his bike, his motorcycle. I'm not sure if you know this about Ho Chi Minh City, but it's just motorcycles, and it's absolute chaos. There was no helmet. I'm pretty sure I was gonna die. He takes us across the city, and we're just zooming everywhere. We finally get to a street corner, which is just like literally a street corner with open windows, and he's like, change! So I was like, okay, sure, whatever. At this point, I'm just really sad and sweaty, so I change. She changed in the middle of the street. They alter them for us. I put them on. It's still just a disaster, and I was just like, I'm done. I can't deal with this. I'm upset. I've wasted $500. I have one pair of shoes. They're really tight. Everything else was too big. These are so tight. So we take our clothing. We leave the crazy trip that we had, and we get home. I wore them for 2 years. I cut them into shorts. They always had to wear a baggy shirt to cover this thing, because it was just buttons, just like it was a disaster. And now, I like the idea of getting clothing tailor-made, but now I don't trust anyone. I've just lost my trust in everyone. I just can't deal with that disaster ever again. I was heartbroken, but now I'm fine. And now I just alter my clothing myself, guys. I just cut things and make weird skirts. I made this, guys. Moral of the story is don't go in thinking you can get anything made, because basically it's just suits. It's just suits. That's all they do is suits. Anyways, I've been Natalie Norman. Thank you so much.